event. I'm happy so many of you guys are here to watch this, considering a lot of you guys probably haven't heard of this game, considering its full launch was like a few days ago. Why someone's purple? Oh, it means that it's like an important statement, basically. You know, like the name of a place or a company or, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, like keywords. Actually, does this game have like a compendium thing in it? Like a menu where you can look up keywords? That'd be nice if it doesn't already have one. Although it'd be a bitch to write if you didn't make one. Dungeon called Ancient Path, 7 levels, fairly hard. Ah! No 100 floor dungeon, yeah. Didn't actually enjoy that feature much from the old games, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. It was, I feel like the whole Hellgate thing, the 100 level dungeon, is just so that they could have a 100 level dungeon. There's Help Compendium with a ton of info. That's awesome. I love when they write stuff like that, because, you know, it's a fantasy world. It's not always easy to remember all of these names and all these places and stuff. So it's really nice when they have that, like, that encyclopedia thing in the game for you to look up. I also really like your habit of using a keyword at the beginning of your statement so that I know exactly what you're responding to. That is super fucking helpful. I wish everybody in chat would do that. You have no idea how often I'll ask a question and someone will give me a one-word answer that could have applied to any of the past 5 sentences I said. Is the worst. Alphonse has the most butt chin I have ever seen. It's incredible. Shut up. God damn it. I knew you guys would immediately abuse this good idea. I feel like she should have had sunglasses on for that line, though. It would have been anachronistic, but it also would have been great. Butt chin. Yes, it looks like a butt. You guys are having too much fun with this already. All right. We can level some of this stuff up. Well, first of all, before I forget, heavy crossbow? Okay, so they're both two-handed. Okay. This one has less accuracy, although it's very slight. A lot more damage, though. I'll take that trade. Okay, and before I even do their level ups, before I go insane, I gotta change his color. You love the archer's portrait? A happy guy. It's gray, right? Also, by the way, you can click on... This is a really good idea. A lot of these tactics games would have things... like Tactics Ogre, for instance, would have things where if you go over certain old areas, there's a random chance of a battle. And it was good for grinding, but it was also kind of annoying. This game has a system that I like a lot more. It's not random. You can pick to go back to an old location and patrol it. So it says there, enemies level 1 to 3. You intentionally pick a fight there to patrol it until you find bandits. And it'll be of a certain level for whoever you need to level up. Whatever makes sense. You know, like this area is 1 to 3, so it's probably the weakest in the game for patrolling. Whereas like this city that we started in, we can patrol... Okay, well, we can't patrol it. I think we can patrol this later, and it's like levels 4 to 8. And you can also use it to go back and get treasures that you missed, which I love. I really think that's a good idea for being less frustrating, while still giving you the option to grind if you want to, because some people like grinding. I like grinding in a lot of games. So I love that that option is there, the ability is there, but it's not forced upon you all the time in an annoying way. Color, don't forget to change my color. I don't think you need to put color at the beginning and stuff like that when it is so obvious what you're responding to or talking about. How much is this game? It's $25 American at the moment. I believe it is on a small sale because the game just came out. I'm going to change the color of your gear. Purple I also really like, but it's also a typical enemy color. I find these kinds of games usually have purple and red as the enemy colors, and then blue and green is yours. Maybe if I go with like a dark purple? Maybe I gotta do earth tones, because you're like an archer, like greens. There's no green that I really, really like. We'll go with this one then. Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Maria.
That one looks okay. That like teal. It'll do. Thanks for following MRCGST. Welcome to the vlog. Hope you enjoyed the stream. All right, let's go on to the city. This is the city where we wanted to bring him to the court. Because we didn't want to bring him to the court in the place where he already was. We just assumed that the courthouse was just gonna let him off with a slap on the wrist, even though he murdered a guy, killed an unarmed guy up against a wall, just slashed him with a sword. See, that's a good detail there. There are other races in the game, but they're basically monster races, and you can't play them. There is a unique special character that can learn all monster classes, though. That's awesome. That's really cool. Like a blue mage kind of thing, I guess. All right. I fucking love that someone says, hello, what's all this now? And then 6 Studio says, this now, and explains what it is. I swear to God, now he's doing it. Or she, I guess. I guess I have no idea who's running the account right now. I assume it's the guy who I was emailing with. I think the name was Pierre, if I remember right, and I'm gonna feel like an asshole if I got that wrong now. It was at the bottom of the emails, I think. Man, that is an atrocious hairstyle he has. Where, like, it's a little better in the portrait. It's still bad. But the way that near the back on his sprite, it's still, like, it's shaved down. It's still an undercut at the top. And then he has, like, a rat tail at the bottom instead of, like, a ponytail. It's Pierre? Nice. Like, that really is the most horrible fucking haircut. It's like the halfway between nobleman and redneck. I don't know what the fuck Alphonse was thinking when he asked for that, because that is horrifically bad. Yeah, a bowl cut mullet. It's a bull mullet rat tail. Oof. Like, I just have a mohawk that's not gelled up, and it looks weird now that I shaved the beard. It looked normal before I shaved my beard off. And now I look like a weirdo. Like, you just can't tell because the headset's on, I look like less of a weirdo. If I take this off, I look like a weirdo when I don't have the bullet cut. Is that a Bullet Club reference? Sassrus, please, you're not usually the ones making the great wrestling references. It is €20 on PlayStation Store UK, says Sayuri. I hope you enjoy the game if you're getting it. Yeah, what do you prefer being called? 6 Studio. Do you want us to just call you Pierre, or should we just keep calling you 6 Studio? Or do you have like another username you like using online? Like, what do we call you? Hold on, let me VIP you in the chat. I'm gonna VIP you and there's nothing you can say or do to stop me. There you go, you've been vipped. And there's nothing you can do to make me change it. That way it's easier for people to see your responses and stuff. Your name will stand out more with that big icon next to it. Stop, no! There's nothing you can do. You're powerless to stop me. You've been vipped. I wonder if this man is evil. He looks like Dracula. Like, not just a vampire. He looks like Dracula. I guess there's been a lot of interpretations of Dracula. It's just... Look, maybe it's a fake out. Maybe this guy isn't gonna turn out to be evil. No, that's totally Alucard. He does look very Alucard as well. It's the hair that looks Alucard and the facial hair that looks Dracula. Look, just... If he turns out to be evil, don't give me credit for calling it, because I'd have to be an idiot not to call it. If he turns out as being a good guy, though, I called it. Even if I didn't, give me credit for it. Both names are by Peg. Oh, there is an option that got added recently in the options wheel thing on Twitch where you can, what do they call it? It's like something friendly colors. I always have it turned on. Readable colors. It makes harsh colors easier to read. I always have it turned on. I recommend it. It is night and day. Like, it used to be that I couldn't read names that are in dark blue because it was so dark and I have it on like a black background. Readable colors just makes everything so much easier to read. While still looking pretty nice. The fucking attitude on this guy. This PR person is great. How'd you luck out? He emailed me. He wanted to give me the game because he saw my, he saw that I played Final Fantasy Tactics and we got talking. And I let him know, like, hey, I'm streaming around this time. Can we give him? Hey, if he wants to come around, he's welcome any day he wants. No Crusader Kings today? We already did Crusader Kings, Noble King. Colors, thanks for the tip. Have it help. I like the detail of the, like, the paint, like, I guess it's paint and not tattoos, or perhaps some kind of magic. Probably magic. But the way they have those markings on their face. I think those are literally called markings, right? Isn't that the in-lore, in-story name for those? Like, markings, or being marked? Is what those are? Pierre, I get the feeling I'm going to be streaming this a shitload, so... At least if you do want to hang out and come by the stream a lot, I get the feeling I'll be playing this a lot. So at least you know there's one game I play that you'll be interested in. Those are marks. Yeah, that's what that's called. I love all the gasp sound effects as the guy's retiring. That fucker creeps me out. I doubt he's evil. Like, I don't want to be a bug racist, but Jesus, look at this guy. Is he a moth or a beetle? I think he's a little of both. I guess he's more beetle-like, isn't he? That's the Tick's sidekick. Fun fact, my uncle created the superhero that the Tick was based off of. The superhero was called Him. It's a fantastic comic. I never paid attention to it before, but these guards they have, like the Royal Palace guards or whatever you want to call these guys, that white, the stark whitish silver armor, I guess a silver armor with like white leather bits, that's a good look. I like it. I really like how Quintus looks. I really like the look of his portrait and his sprite. I can't explain why. Two different races, either the humans are sentient. Bzils, I'm gonna say Bzils, and Kawas. Brazils and Kiwis. I like that interpretation. Look, there's Brazil, there's New Zealand, and then there's everything else. Who made this fucking rule that the marked are exempt from laws must have been the dumbest person to ever live. I just want to point out, I get it. They don't want anything interfering with the selection of the next immortal. That's really important to them. But man, if you mark a piece of shit, you're gonna regret that law. Beard. Mah-Dry-Bread needs to grow a beard like Quintus. I don't think I could. I don't think it would be good for my face shape. I like having it shortish on the sides and then long at the front. It creates a good jawline because my jawline naturally is bad. You know, like how my beard was like a week ago. You guys like that, right? I like it. It's a bit dystopian. I can see that. I also really like the design of her. With like the crazy high cheekbones and everything. It makes her look very authoritative. I think that's a good word for it. Like she looks like she's pretty no nonsense. I just really like these like strong portraits they draw. Oh, look at that guy! Look at that guy! The guy down there! Ah! What the hell was that thing? I love it! Can I get one? Can I ride it? It's probably a sentient being. It's probably really rude to ride one of those, but that dude was awesome. Look, if I can't get that guy on my team, you guys need to make a DLC. That's a Kawa? It's fucking awesome is what that is. Primus is as old as the council itself. How old did they say the council was again? Didn't they say it was like centuries old? I can probably check that up in the compendium. I just noticed something funny. Do I have a cursor right now? No, okay. Just behind the people, there's this the giant statue of, I guess a griffin. By his left paw, you see those flowers and that grass. Because of the way that the game is stylized to be, you know, in the blocks and everything, almost as if every single location would be a playable level, because they have to flatten it there, the way the grass is flattened there, and you can see, at least on my gigantic monitor, you can kind of see the edges of it being a little rough. It makes it look like it's grass from Paper Mario, which is just funny to me. 1,000 years old for the council, about. Okay. See, I love that we have our resident lore master in the chat there. That's helpful. Helps keep the pace of the game going while we get to learn. Hey, look! The council made some nasty fucker a marked. That is some sinister-ass music. Shocked Kyrie looks a little bit like happy Kyrie, and it's weirding me out, because this is not something to be happy about. Because this guy is now above the law. The guy that we watched murder a guy is now above the law. Council's goal is to maintain order and stability. Big tech growth doesn't help much with that. Okay, so tech is, yeah, the world's more magic-based. That's kind of the impression I get, that magic is like the driving fuel of the world to some degree, if that makes sense. What are the marked job requirements? I guess I don't know. I mean, they were talking about how the immortals all pick, they all mark somebody, and those people need to go out and try and become the next immortal. They need to go do their pilgrimage, I guess would be a way to say it. No multiplayer currently, but we're thinking about DLC, but we're not sure yet. I don't think the game needs multiplayer, but if it had multiplayer, I'd be interested. I'll put it that way. I don't feel like it's missing anything by not having multiplayer. The guy must have some magical power or something to give him a mark. Probably. Well, that's the thing is, like, did he just bribe his way into being a marked, or does he have, like, dirt on someone? Because I don't know. I haven't played far enough in the game to know, and I like the mystery. I want to know who marked him, and why is he marked? Obviously, I'm instantly thinking it's probably Dracula that did it, because he's the most evil-looking one, but that could be a fake-out. I don't know. As to why he got it, maybe he's a relative? Maybe, I guess that's, no. Okay, I was gonna say maybe that's unlikely because the immortals are probably quite old. Most of them would be quite old. However, I mean, could be a descendant. Maybe he's got dirt on someone. Maybe he's got blackmail on someone. But why would an immortal care about blackmail? I don't know. I don't want to speculate too hard yet. I don't have enough information to really speculate hardcore. Is he part of a noble family? Can he suplex trains? I do know of a nobleman who can suplex a train. Visit the store, upgrade our equipment. I don't remember seeing anything super important in the store here. When I played last, there's a plow, which is a scythe. None of our people know how to use scythes yet, though. Yeah, you can see at the bottom what classes are allowed to use what, and it's the only things illuminated are classes we don't have. I do like the maul. It's two-handed, but man, look at that attack power. And increases health, which is strange. Soldier's finest friend. 44 attack, that's actually higher than I thought it would be. What's the axe? 54, so the axe is higher, but the axe lowers your defense a little. Okay. They're both one-handed. I'm a big fan of axes in games. I don't know why, I've just always liked axes. Maybe it's my Canadian nature coming out. Spear. Knights can use spears. Interesting. One-handed. Okay. Gives defense as well. I wouldn't mind that. He's got a range of 2. Right. I bet you can hit 2 people at the same time like they can in a lot of other games too. If so, spears, very valuable. I won't buy one yet in case I get one as a drop, because I don't need one immediately, but I will definitely keep that in mind. Mace. None of our people know how to use a mace yet. Gives you MP. Oh, because like a spell sword or like a sage in Final Fantasy Tactics would use a mace. Okay. We have a rapier here. Not used by any of the classes we have. I bet there's like a red mage-ish class that probably uses that. I imagine there's some kind of jack-of-all-tradesy spell sword. Flintlock pistol. Yeah, only 3 classes in the game use that. Short bow. None of our people use a short bow. Crossbow. What does more damage? Interestingly, a short bow does more damage. And has better range. It doesn't have an accuracy bonus, though. Okay. Huh. You know, managing a dragon wielding 2 spears and it doesn't... I wish I could have that image in my head. I can't do that willingly, though. Can you see Canopus? Yeah, Canopus with a spear. That or Hawkmen in Ogre Battle with a bow. That can also be pretty scary. Okay, so we can get bronze armor now. That's quite tempting. I think I'm going to get 2 of those. Mercenaries and Knights can wear them right now. Okay. I'll drop a little money on getting those. Bronze helms. I'll buy 1 more. And I'll buy another circlet, because I think our Mender's wearing one, but our wizard isn't. Buckler. We'll have another one. I don't want to drop the money on any of these accessories because, I mean, being immune to blind seems pretty good. Being immune to poison, I don't know. I can kind of get rid of it easily. I can get rid of blind fairly easily too, but it has more immediate effects. Demi-Gauntlet, just a tiny bit of defense, resistance, and evasion. That's a lot of money for that. I'm not going to go for it. Good shop music. Right, we didn't upgrade our abilities yet. I have to say, and this is so fucking important, I like that the game has a really good camp screen theme, because you're going to be on this screen a lot over the course of the game, leveling up your skills and switching equipment. It's required that it be a good song. Like, Final Fantasy Tactics on Game Boy Advance has one of the best, like, party screen songs I've ever heard in my life. This one isn't quite as good to me, maybe it's nostalgia, as that song. but it is so vital that you never get sick of the song on this screen. So I'm happy it's a good song. Let's learn some abilities. I want... Ooh, what do I want first between counterattack and health expert? Those are both such good things to have. What is our current max health? It's the base health up 25%. So we'd land at about 130. That's pretty good, though. 30 extra health? That's like taking an extra hit at this point in the game. But counterattack. Every time I get hit in melee range, I'm going to hit them for probably about 30 damage. I'm going to take counterattack first. All right, we're going to equip that right away as our reaction ability. Counterattack. When we get hit in melee range, we hit them back. Okay, Reiner. He got a level up in Scoundrel. So he can get steal item. It's like steal GP, except for instead of stealing money, we're trying to steal an item that will count for just that encounter in our inventory. I bet you that's decent, but probably not my top priority. I can steal a buff, which I think is very creative. I bet you that'll be really good later when we're fighting more magic people. I like Fleet of Foot. Grants Fleet of Foot, it removes root, which I believe is you're stuck in place. And you have increased 1 movement, which is really nice for just making sure you have good positioning. I'd love to have that on my archer as well. Also, worth pointing out, you can give this, it says range self, but I'm pretty sure you can give it to someone next to you. Which I think? I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll have to double check. Okay, Anadine, we need to get you probably just Power Strike as well. And she's unlocked Knight. I do want to get her counterattack and health expert before I consider Knight, though. Wizard. You can learn Earth 1, Thunder 1. Okay. They're like same cost and damage as fire and water, as far as I know. However, it's more elements, and having a lot of elements that you're able to cast gives you a wider variety of enemies that you could counter better. Range self. You can only cast on yourself, but it has an area of effect, a small cross. That is what was confusing me then. That's awesome. So I could potentially start an encounter with that and like get a group of us. That'd be nice for the initial positioning. Mender level. Mass heal is same. It's the same amount of healing, double the cost, but I'm healing in a cross. That's nice. Revive. Revives an ally on the given tile and restores 25% health. That's good, but they'd still be injured. Smart casting right after? Yes, smart casting I really want. Blessed One. Every time the character uses a single target healing ability or an item on someone else, they themselves are healed for half that amount. That's pretty solid for keeping our Mender alive. I bet you that'd be really good on like a paladin type person. Now, it was worth pointing out, it says it only does it with a single target healing ability. I think I still like Blessed One. I really want that reliability of knowing that my healer is unlikely to die. So because this is a passive ability and it's from the class we're currently using, it's auto-equipped right here. We don't need to use up one of our custom slots for it. Okay, David Corporeal. I like Dirty Hit a lot. Inflicting blindness, because now you can inflict blindness from a range with your crossbow. That's really nice. All right, I'm happy with those level ups. And did I already do my equipment? I don't believe I did. Give him a circlet. There we go. Just the littlest bit of magic resistance. Old armor, is that better than what she has? Yeah, her old armor is already better. Okay, change the Traveler's Garb out then for a bronze armor. Dirty Hit works with range attacks? Yes, a lot of things do actually, which is very good. Not unlike Final Fantasy Tactics. It's often a good idea to have like a knight, like a Moogle knight, become a gunner, and you can use your Moogle rush abilities from a range that you'd normally have to do in melee, and it's quite nice. You get creative mix and matching abilities like that. All right, before we continue, I just need a real quick bathroom break, everybody.